Okay, I think we are recording. I think we're good. I got recording. I'm recording to the cloud. So I've never done this before. So if we have a conversation and we don't get to show our legions of fans what we're all about, then it's my fault. So we'll see how this goes um, with this recording to the
There
cloud.
we go.
So we have
Good angle. Good
we got
angle.
Quincy Johnson. Now again, I think I counted. This is either our eighth or ninth interview. So I'm ahead of Hotep Jesus. I'm ahead of Free Man Beyond the Wall. I'm ahead of all of those guys because I think this is number nine. So that puts me in the lead by a lot. So those people
That's
can't
right.
they can't even come close. And there's a lot of big news going on, but I think the biggest news that we got to talk about first is your Twitter situation getting kicked off, Gab, what happened, and tell everybody what's going on with Twitter because from what I hear from the Hotep guys and the libertarian guys and all this other stuff, it seems like a big mess. What's going on with Twitter and what happened to you?
Okay. People are losing followers left and right. I'm seeing a whole bunch of tweets like, "Oh man, I just lost like 50 followers and I ain't even do nothing. I lost 100 followers." I was actually suspended twice, but I was able to get my account back. The first one, uh, those damn algorithms, baby. Um, in in Texas, they have what's called farm to market roads. Okay, it goes back to like the 30s and the 40s and whatnot.
Right.
Well, there is a farm to market road called 1488. Okay, so I snapped the picture of it and
Yep.
jokingly put on Twitter, "This sign is racist." Because of the 14 words and the 88. For those that don't know, 14 words, you can Google it. It has to do with white nationalists. It's something like we
Yep.
must secure a future for white children or some BS like that. And then
Something. Yeah.
88 is H is the eighth letter of the alphabet. So 88 is HH, How Hitler. Okay.
Right.
So I explained that in detail. Parked my truck, went in, used the restroom, came back out, account suspended. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, bruh. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So after about 20, 30 minutes, I'm guessing a human stepped in, just like, oh, wait, he doesn't condone it. He was just explaining it.
Right.
Let's go ahead and undo his account.
Right.
Whew. All right, cool, cool, cool. So then last week, um, I sent out a couple of tweets about Biden. Again, it wasn't even threatening. I was just asking, now what? For
Right.
all the black folk that rode hard for Biden, now what? All you never Trumpers, okay, you won. Now what? Are you going
Right.
to be on Biden's neck as hard as you was Trump? Or is it just, mission accomplished? I don't have to care about politics anymore because I did my job. You know what I'm saying? So I put that out there. All of a sudden, the account's been locked. I gotta freaking verify my daggone phone number 4 times. You know
Oh
what
my
I'm
God.
saying? Yeah, but I'm back on there. And
Okay.
now, yeah, yeah. So now everything's moving and grooving. I actually lost $300 because I actually thought Trump was gonna win it, and he still might. Which think about this here. I've been saying this on just about every podcast I can. Just imagine, just imagine, 18 months down the road, or even 2 years down the road. Let's say Joe Biden pisses off the wrong person or the right person, depending on where you're at. But they're mad. And let's say a day or two later, information comes out with supporting evidence the Biden administration did cheat, did commit election fraud. Joe Biden did know about it, and Donald Trump is the rightful president. Ah, that would be Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Kwanzaa all wrapped up in one little present for me because I might actually die of laughing if that actually goes down. Because
Right.
Trump gonna be in Mar-a-Lago like, what? Actually won? Oh man, what's going on? And like every bill that Joe Biden signed into place is going to have to be rescinded. Every every freaking executive order, it's going to be a governmental cluster F, and baby, I'm here for it. The federal government will slow to a grinding halt, which again is the best thing one can hope for. It's probably not going to happen, but one can dream, you know.
Right.
And now that Biden is in, all right, yeah. Now what?
Right.
You know what I'm
Now,
saying?
exactly right. Yeah. Now what? That's the thing. And the weird part about the election aftermath is there are very real recounts, very real lawsuits, and what I find interesting is, and I haven't shared it that much because when you're somebody like me, I'm not married to the Republican Party or the Democratic Party. I preferred Trump over Biden. I've been very clear about that to everybody, to students, to people I speak with. But the election aftermath, to watch the mainstream corporate press do its thing, declaring the winner, right? All of this stuff, like what looks like statistically and with patterns, what looks like a lot of fraud in the mix. I mean, it just doesn't look good to have the rhetoric be so on point. Like they've got their narrative and they have the bit between their teeth. And I keep reading from only corporate media. The election was the cleanest ever. No evidence
Ah,
of fraud. Trump is off his. They basically say that he's lost it in that and like lost his sense. He's depressed. Like it's very weird stuff. It's even more 1984-ish than I've ever seen before. And these are real events happening. Trump could take the oath of office in January. It's going to be a hot place to be, but that could happen. And the normies really just don't seem to be seen.
you know, I don't think there's going to be a situation where Trump is going to have to be escorted out under gunpoint
Right.
from the Secret Service. Yeah, I don't see that happening. I don't see him taking the oath of office in January. I'm like I do believe Biden is in, but if it was me, if I was Trump, I would leave, but I'd give you a swift punch in the mouth beforehand. On my last day, I'm pardoning everybody the left hates. Snowden,
Right.
Julian,
Yep. Julian
Assange,
Assange. Yep.
the guy who did the Silk Road,
Yeah. Ross
Ross.
Ulbricht.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Ross Ulbricht. Yep.
all
He'd
all
be
three of
first. He'd
them.
be first on my list. Pardon
Oh
him right
yeah,
away.
all three of them pardoned and your records expunged. All three of them on the last day that I'm in office, so you can't reverse it the next
Right.
day. No, no, they're done. That's just me because I'm freaking petty like that.
Yeah, that would be
Um,
funny.
it would. And I've said this, and I'm directing this to every damn black person that voted for Biden. I bet not hear one damn complaint out of your mouths for the next 4 years. As much as
Right.
y'all campaigned for Joe Biden and was all up on his jockstrap, I don't want to hear a single word if and when he does something you don't like.
Right.
Okay? If he gets us into another war, own it. Another recession happens, own it. Race war, civil war, own it. You voted for the dude. Shut up. Okay? It's like, again, the tables upturned just like they do every 48 years. Now, all the Joe Biden supporters, they're going to be the MAGA crowd. Rah, rah, rah. America's great. Biden's great. And now the right is going to be the resist crowd and everything. Hashtag red wave or crimson tide or whatever BS hashtag they come up with. Meanwhile, me and you, the real Americans, we're just gonna do what we always do: hunker down and handle our damn business,
Yes.
not giving a damn who's in White House. Because in all honesty, the 4 years that Trump has been in, I literally can't think of one thing he's done that has affected me in a negative or a positive way. Not one. Not one law, not one regulation, nothing at all. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah, and that's the thing. And it was I think it was Cooley Bravo from Chicago talking about this on one of the podcasts. Just
Yeah, but
going,
yeah, well, what's up, Jesus? What up, Cooley?
yeah, that's right. He was on his and Thaddeus Russell had him on as well. And I know the name, but I'd never heard him speak. And he explained things very well with the author of the crime bill, Joe Biden, and a prosecutor in Kamala Harris. Can you maybe explain? Because he just says these people are stupid, and he's got a point. But I don't like to talk like that. But how does the black community still, with Joe Biden, author of the crime bill? I want to run this by through your filter. Author of the crime bill, right? Convictions for nonviolent offenses like selling weed and things like that. And then a prosecutor with a wretched and terrible track record of throwing people in prison, and not people who look like me, in jail in California. Why would the community go so hard? Why would the black community be in the tank so hard for these people? It To somebody like me, it's not hard to find out this bit of information. It would be preferable to not vote. Like I could see people not voting. I get that. What I don't get is this unbelievable percentage going out for that Democratic ticket. Maybe you can explain
Doug,
it. I can't.
yeah, it's real simple. They're Democrats. That's it. That's it. It's that damn simple. And in the case of Kamala Harris, she's black and a Democrat. Don't need to go past that. She's black. She's a Democrat. Good enough for me, dog. Orange man bad. He gotta go. Like, you know what? I've never met a person that was voting for Biden because they actually liked his policies or his position on issues. Everybody I met that voted for Biden was voting for him because Orange man bad. That's it.
Right.
Couldn't name me one thing in his tax plan or how he's going to rebuild the economy. Nope. Just Orange man bad. And again, like I've said on previous shows, yours included, the Democrat Party and the left-leaning media, or at least some of the left-leaning media, have done a downright masterful job of convincing a lot of black people that no matter how much your life may suck, we fucking promise you, if you don't vote Democrat, it'll be 1,000 times worse. Okay, because that's the message that's been in the black community for decades and generations. We know it sucks in Detroit. We know it sucks in Baltimore. We know it sucks in Chicago. But I tell you what, if you don't vote Democrat, it'll be 1,000 times worse. You watch, and it's fair. It's just straight up fear, not knowing. People will explain away everything that Joe Biden said. Oh, he's evolved. He's changed his way of thinking. Never giving that same energy to Republicans or people who are not Democrats, you know what I'm saying? But because there's somebody on their side, they will stretch, reach, hyperextend, whatever, you know what I'm saying, to justify what they've done.
Right.
I don't I don't get it. And as far as all the not voting, nah, because according to liberals and a lot of black people, non-voters will vote for Trump. Shut up. No, a non-vote is just that, a non-vote.
Right.
If you're just voting for the lesser of two evils, that's still voting for evil. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. You know, this way, if something does bad happens, my conscience is clear because I didn't vote for near one of them sons of bitches at all. You know.
Is there like, I'm a public school teacher. It's generally your kind of general Democratic liberal crowd generally. Although, and I'm in Mount Vernon. I'm in the black neighborhood. There is a refreshing amount of independent thought. So like my neighbor is a hardcore Democratic liberal, and she knows me, and we have great conversations. It's a really kind of cool place where regular people debate. It's not like social media at all.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Social media and the regular news media, they want to put it out there like, we're just at freaking loggerheads. Liberals and conservatives can't get together. Gay and straight people can't get together. Shh. Hush. That's a complete and total lie. I'm literally in these streets every damn day. Okay? It is not the war zone that the media would have you to believe. And I'm talking about MSNBC as much as I'm talking about Fox News and Breitbart. Okay? They're showing you small snippets, man. Like I've been in Portland, I've been in Tacoma, I've been in Seattle as recently as 2 weeks ago. I ain't seen not one damn protest out there. Not one. Now, granted, I mean, I deliver in the industrial areas, but I still had to go through I-5, which is the major
Right.
thoroughway through Portland. Which, by the way, boy, I've never seen so many homeless encampments as I have in Portland. Jesus. I
Wow.
mean, whole cities, whole acres of nothing but tents
In
around
Portland.
the highway. Yes, yes.
Oh,
Portland, Seattle, yes, 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 yes. I mean, whole ass communes, bro. Not just one little tent here. I mean, like 10 tents all taped up together under a tongue. Just like, wow, really? All
right.
right, whatever. Yeah.
Man, that's because I had heard about that in Los Angeles, but I didn't know that it was that bad in the Pacific Northwest. That's wild. Here in New York City, we have same kind of issues. It reminds me back in 1982, 83, 85, when the city was crumbling and the homeless population skyrocketed. It was dirty. It's like that now. Our very clownish mayor, who's completely running the city into the ground, it's gonna take 10 years to fix. I don't get this democratic liberal city stuff. I love New York City, right? You see me living in the Bronx now, but they are really moving heaven and earth to ruin it. And even people like me and mine are like, let's maybe take a look around and see if there is another place to land within the next couple of years, because they've made it that bad. And it's all, it's not rural West Virginia. It's not New Hampshire. It's your progressive city. It's Portland. It's Los Angeles, New York. Chicago is a mess. Um, I don't, it's so strange. I guess you can show people all you want, but if it goes against their ideology, I guess it's easy for them to look the other way. I'm not wild about
Yes, there are polarized people all throughout the country. This country is polarized like crazy. And quite honestly, I'm kind of here for it. I keep hearing about secession and succeeding and whatnot, which sorry, gotta give me some water here. Which sounds good. Hold on.
it. Is that Gray Goose?
No, heifer is water.
Okay, all right, all
Grey
right,
Goose. First
okay.
of all, Grey Goose is too expensive for me. I'm a I'm a freaking working man. You give me some damn 5 o'clock vodka and
There
I'm
we
good.
go. There we go.
Wait, have you ever heard of that brand? The
No,
5 o'clock vodka?
no.
It's mostly a Midwest thing. It is about as bottom of the barrel as it gets. Their logo literally it's 5 o'clock. Might as well drink. That's their
Something.
logo, and it's been that logo since like the 50s.
Yeah,
I
nice.
personally, dude, I know homeless people who won't drink that stuff. It's that damn bad.
Right, right. Yeah, you should go
But
through the areas of Portland and Seattle with some of that, and they watch it get. You should put that on your YouTube channel. Watch it get turned down. Put it on Twitter.
but at the same time, a freaking handle will run you about $6. So
Yeah.
if you want to get effed up cheap, there it is. What were we talking about?
But you don't see you. This is where you and I disagree. You don't see
Mm.
secession as a
Yes,
possibility.
succession.
I
Well, here's the
disagree with
thing.
you.
Well, first of all, secession requires congressional approval. That's
Who
what.
cares?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I care because think about it. Do you really think Congress is going to approve money and power being taken away from them? Hell no. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Name me one time Congress has voted to limit their power.
Never.
Never.
Never, but the states in the mid 1800s in 1860, they didn't ask for
That's
approval. They said,
1860, bro.
"See ya."
That's
I,
1860. If you try that stuff now, saying that you're not under the authority of the government, we're going to be our own autonomous country. I guarantee you, either the U.S. government is going to send in the Marines, or whatever foreign country held it before America, they're going to come through like, "What's up, y'all? Yes, now." Like take for instance California. If California was to secede, California used to be under Mexican and Spanish rule. What's to stop one of them from coming in, be like, hey, you belong to us now? You know what I'm saying? You're basically trading one master for another. And Texas, good God, they literally had Six Flags over Texas. You know what I'm saying? So who gets what? You know what I mean? It just I really don't see succession happening. I don't see Congress approving money and power going away for them. I don't see Congress getting rid of the rule that you need congressional approval to succeed. I just don't see it happening
Well,
at
the
all.
whole,
You
well,
know?
the whole point of secession isn't that you ask for permission. You just leave.
Okay,
It's not
okay,
please Congress, can we leave? It's we're
okay.
out. That's it.
I get
We're
all
now
that.
the Republic
And
of we're now the Republic of New Hampshire or the Republic of
okay,
West
great.
Virginia
And I
or the
guarantee
Republic
you
of
in two
California.
weeks, and I guarantee you in 2 weeks, you're going to have U.S. troops trying to take over that damn place. You know?
No, no. You think what politician do you imagine is going to have the guts to call in federal troops to
Any of them.
reacquire?
Any of them.
No.
Think about it again. Even if it's a tiny state such as New Hampshire, which doesn't really contribute much to the federal budget, let's say, you know what? Let's go to lowball it and say $50 million. That's still $50 million that the government wants a piece of. They're not just going to willingly be like, all right, New Hampshire left. I guess we got to let them be. Screw that. They're going to send in them boys with them guns and they're going to freaking take it back. I promise you, the
Well,
government is not going to idly sit by while money and power gets taken from them. Nah,
yeah, you might be right. To a certain degree, you're right because what the Republican conservative myth is that the law enforcement types are going to be on the side of freedom and say, yeah, look at those people
maybe,
breaking the
maybe.
society. Yeah, but I think you're right in the sense that some of the Republican myth is that those law enforcement people will like back freedom fighters. No, they're going to do their job. They don't want to lose their pension. I get it, but how many? What might do it is take like the Bundy Ranch, but multiply it by 1,000, where you have a group of angry people armed, and there are many areas of the country like that, and they're like, all right, bring in who you're going to bring in. We're not going out like that. So when you come, you might win, but you're going to take massive losses. And then you're going to see which president or whomever has the guts to try to pull it off because it's going to be interesting. I don't know. I mean, I hope it's a calm thing, but I don't think I think probably somewhere in the middle between where you and I are.
Well, put it this here, man. If your idea was really going to function like that, wouldn't that have happened already? Because I guarantee you, Northern California and Southern Oregon, where the city of Jefferson is at, they want to succeed like yesterday. But they know that one, Congress is not going to approve it, and two, while they do have guns and whatnot, the federal government got more. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
mean, I just don't see it happening, brother. I
Yeah.
just don't see it happening at all. Now, you may have a situation where people aren't succeeding, but they're like, well, I'm red as it gets. Oklahoma's pretty red. I'm gonna go there.
Right.
Or I'm a liberal. New York is liberal as it gets. I'm gonna go there. You
Right.
know, I can see people moving to certain sections. Like me myself, I'm going to South Dakota, my damn self. To be honest with you,
Wow.
um,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
One very small population. I'm
Yes.
tired of living in neighborhoods. I'm absolutely tired of it. And pardon me, after being out in nature for so long, I've got a mean hard on for nature. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like, I want to open up my front door and see them land in there. South Dakota gives that opportunity. Their population is under 900,000.
Yep.
Also, with all due respect to Oklahoma and Texas, South Dakota is the reddest state in the nation. They've been a state since 1899 or 98, I believe.
Right.
Since then, they've only voted blue in the presidential election 5 times and none since 1972.
Right.
Okay. They do have Democrats in South Dakota, but even they know, yeah, we're never gonna be governor at this
Right.
state, or even lieutenant governor. The
Right.
best we can hope for is some statewide office, like a railroad commissioner or something like that.
Right.
Also, they did history election day, first state to legalize medicinal and recreational marijuana on the same damn day. So go South Dakota.
Right.
Um, no state income tax. Property taxes are low as hell, a lot
No,
lower
yep,
than Texas.
yep.
Property taxes are a lot lower. And yeah, it's I like it. You know what I'm saying? You get a lot of bang for your buck. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saving up money now, and either late next year or early 2022, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
moved up there.
Yeah, this is where you and I agree. And their governor, I looked her up, Christie Noam. I've heard her talk before.
She's a
Uh,
hottie, boy. Whew.
oh, yes, okay, I have to agree with you there. I wasn't gonna
And
go that
she has
route.
guts. She has guts. You know, look, we're not doing any of this. Screw you. Now what?
Yep,
You know,
yep. Right, exactly. That's my whole point. And people, and it's not just, kind of conservative libertarian people leaning like us who respect that. In general, people respect that. How much they talk about it is is up in the air. But she said, look, we're not going to do this lockdown stuff. All it does is slow down the economy. We know how to protect ourselves. We don't need to be controlled. We're not doing any of that. And so I heard her talk an interview on YouTube, and I was like, "Who's this lady?" And it was the governor there. And here's the thing, and I think this is a big difference. She's not some Ivy League educated person. She's a real person who's dealt with tragedy. I think her father died when she was a teenager or something like that, and she had to help with a company. She had to go to a regular school. She has a bunch of kids. She's an actual working, regular American type, not one of these Ivy League educated pukes who thinks everything is theory and belongs in a book. And it really shows. That difference shows in spades. Now, how are you going to deal with 3 feet of snow and sub-zero temperatures in the winter in South Dakota?
I'm from Michigan, so I can
Okay.
deal with snow. I've driven in it. You know what I'm saying? In my 5 years, I've driven, in feet of snow and it's
Okay.
10 below. That I can handle, and that's another selling point for me. I'm hoping that the weather would be a deterrent for all these, lefty liberal looky loos from coming
Right.
out there. Because it's
Yeah.
like, you hear about everybody wants to turn Texas blue
Yep.
or Tennessee or
Nevada.
Georgia, all of these warm states. Anybody on the left side talking about South Dakota? I'm cool
Nope.
with that. I'm
Right.
cool with that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And it's like for me personally, I have lived under liberal leadership my entire life, either with the liberal mayor or with the governor who's a liberal. Let me see how the other side works,
Yeah.
couldn't be worse, you know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, South Dakota has cases of COVID and whatnot, but per capita, they're still pretty daggone low. It's like, yes, they have a high number or seemingly high number for a state. When you just oppose it with their population, it's still pretty daggone low, you know?
Right. Yes. And that's the thing where you've got uh you have the idea of cases and somebody in government looking at that as just okay, it's a case. It's not the deaths or hospitalizations we were talking about in March. These are cases, and if you test more, you get more cases. This is just standard stuff. But when you talk to one of these true believers about it, they lose their mind. And when you're in it, like you said, to live under a kind of a way more conservative regime, yeah, I can only fantasize about that. I've been in New York City my entire life. So we had Giuliani for a while there and Bloomberg, who was really just a big corporate guy. And because now with Cuomo and de Blasio, New York is a mess. And these people are just ridiculous with
Hey,
their stuff, but they can get
is,
away with it because they have the
isn't it,
right
isn't
record
it,
and everything.
isn't it in New York City? If you just whip it out and take a pee on the sidewalk, the cops will not arrest you for that nowadays.
They're not arresting people for all kinds of stuff because they have been, blamed for everything bad. And so what the cops aren't doing is arresting people at all. Why would they? Right now, you can just, there was a guy the other day drove down Broadway, popping a wheelie on his motorcycle, no helmet, having a grand old time. He doesn't have anything to worry about. He doesn't have to worry
You
about
know
it.
what? I had that happen to me last Monday in Landover, Maryland, right outside of Baltimore. I was parked outside the warehouse and everything. All of a sudden, ran, 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 ran. It's like 10, 20 of them just popping with us. I'm just like,
Yep.
yeah. It's like, I mean, honestly, with the whole case of South Dakota, she's basically saying, look here, this is my state. I'm the governor. You will not overstep your federal authority. I'm
Right.
going to run the state as I see fit. I
Right.
got no problem with that. Say, you know what, to put it in the what's the word I'm looking for? Juxtapose? I don't know, but I'm okay with what South Dakota's doing.
Yeah.
Just like
Juxta-
just like I'm
juxtaposed with, yeah.
Yeah, just like I'm okay with what the state of Oregon is doing. I don't know if you heard
Right.
about them, but they basically took the Portugal route, and they
Oh yeah.
they didn't make it legal. They what's the word?
They
Um
decriminalized it.
decriminalized. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They decriminalized pretty much all drugs in
Yes.
small amounts. And to be honest with you, I have no issue with that whatsoever. None. None, none, none. I don't give a damn what somebody does to their body or puts into their body. None of my damn business.
Right.
Okay. And people on the right are like, oh man, I hope you're ready for more drug addicts and people shoot them on the street again. Portugal, right next to Spain,
Right.
the little strip. It's
Yep.
like, it's like Spain is the ribeye and Portugal is the New York strip or whatever.
Yeah.
Portugal, Portugal in 2001, and y'all can fact check me on this. 100% right. June
You're right.
2001, they decriminalized all drugs, not just weed, crack, cocaine,
Yeah.
heroin, meth, everything. They
Yeah.
decriminalized all of it, and they focused more on treatment instead of locking people up. And
Right.
since then, crime, drug use, uh, STDs, and kids getting pregnant has been dropping every year
Yeah.
since.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm like, if Portugal can do it, why not Oregon? I don't give a damn.
Right.
Whatever, dog.
Yep.
Whatever. If somebody wants to spend 18 hours a day shooting up, whatever, dog.
Right.
Oh, but what if they shoot up drugs and get in the rock driving the car? We already got laws on the books for that, sir. It's called driving under the influence. Relax.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like that local control stuff, I'm a big fan of. And if and that's the and you moving to South Dakota, other people moving to West Virginia, the Free State Project up to New Hampshire. Like I really like that kind of stuff. I don't necessarily want to move because I have a thing going here, but I that kind of thing I like. And the memes, by the way, about Oregon are already out where you can you can like snort cocaine, but you can't get a plastic straw. So like
Ha!
you can do hard
Ha!
drugs all you want, but you better not have a plastic straw because that's
Bruh.
illegal. It's it's really
It's
kind of
like,
funny when you look at it.
where'd it go?
You
You
know,
can do all that,
you better recycle that
but
can while
but
you're
I gotta pay $10 for a plastic bag in Oregon. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
I'm like, all right, whatever, dog.
right.
Whatever. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
it's really getting a little out of control in some of these different areas. But it's you know what the weird part is with the Trump administration is he was very good at the whole federalism stuff, where he did not go to Seattle to break up CHOP or Chaz. He did not go to Portland and say
Yeah.
bringing in troops. He let them locally. He doesn't go into Chicago and
Nope.
say, you know what, I'm cleaning it up. To his credit, now again, you can't talk positively about Orange Man bad to certain people, but to regular people who can think beyond just the 2 inches past their face, yeah, this federalism stuff works, and that's why the South Dakota, New Hampshire, that's how it's supposed to be. You might be right in that you have very different pockets of people under these United States. The problem is when you have this massive, titanic, monstrous, depraved federal government that decides to say, mm-mm, you guys there are not going to live that way, and you're not going to do it, and we're putting it in the Federal Register, then if a state is strong enough to say, well, sorry, 10th Amendment says we do what we want, okay, all right, but
I
that's what
love the
that's what
10th
we want.
Amendment.
10th Amendment is
I,
great.
I
That dude who runs
love
the 10th
it.
Amendment Center, that guy who runs the 10th Amendment Center is the real thing. That you want to talk about what one person can do? The guy who started the 10th
Yeah.
Amendment Center, you could do that.
Which, if I may speak on the 10th Amendment and more so to its detractors, anytime, I say I favor the freaking 10th Amendment, there's always some dumbass in my mentions. Oh, so you be okay with Georgia putting back in slavery?
Yeah, I mean that's
First
that's
of all,
stupid.
when did I say that? I've
Right,
never said that. Second of all, it's impossible to put slavery back on the books due to the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments. But you know what? I'll go ahead. Oh, good God Almighty. Hold on. My damn Pandora just popped on. Jesus. You didn't hear it, but I heard it in my ear.
no,
That was loud. I forgot I was listening to disco house music. It just came in loud as hell. I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and suspend reality,
right,
and let's say, okay, Alabama wants to put back in slavery.
right,
First of all, idiots, slavery for whom? Is it just the black folk? All minorities? Who is going to be these new slaves? Who gets to make that decision?
right,
Second of all, uh, what do you think these people that just became new slaves are going to do? They're just going to sit around and wait to get scooped up, or are they going to get the hell out the state
right,
post haste? It's like if Alabama decides to make slavery legal, congratulations, you just popped up the economy of Mississippi because
right,
everybody's going to move their black ass over there. You know
right.
what I'm saying? Like, come on, dude, use your head.
And
Slavery is not coming back.
that's why I'm every time you tell me these crazy stories from Twitter, it makes me even happier that I got kicked off of Twitter a long time ago, because I used to see this kind of stuff and it wouldn't necessarily bother me, but I would just feel compelled to answer and be like, you must be the dumbest person alive to say, oh, you were okay with them bringing back slavery? Like there are some the thing with Twitter and some of the social media is you realize just how like mind controlled and ignorant and just sometimes out and out stupid some of these people are, because to even ask that question you have to be limited. You really need to be a human cockroach
You
to
have
come
to
up
be
with that.
mentally challenged.
Yeah,
I'll say you
yeah.
got to be mentally challenged. You got to be real damn stupid.
And
Real
Twitter's
damn
a
stupid.
mess. Are you on Gab? Do you have a
No,
Gab
no,
account?
I'm not on Gab. I'm not on Parlor. I'm only on Twitter. Well, I do have an Instagram account. I literally have not posted since September 2015.
Okay,
Okay, so yeah, I'm only on Twitter, and quite honestly, the only reason I'm on Twitter is to keep up with certain black-owned businesses
right,
and with my fellow truck drivers who
right.
post stuff about the weather and the road conditions and things
That's
like
great.
that.
That's
Yeah,
great.
if
Yeah.
it wasn't for that, I'm not really on Twitter that much like I used to be because it's just a S show. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The only thing I can really guarantee you is between now and next summer, it probably won't be too many protesters because it's going to be cold.
Yeah.
People motherfuckers don't like to protest when it's cold outside.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And again, just like it was last year before last, year before that. I keep on calling it. Nobody want to listen. Yeah, it's gonna be a tense summer, maybe even a tense spring and a tense fall. Come winter, you know what I'm saying? When it gets to
Right.
be 19 degrees in Chicago, 20
Right.
degrees in
Yeah.
Portland,
Yep.
ain't gonna be no damn Chaz zone or no bad zone. No, no, no. Gonna freeze their asses off.
Right.
Nah,
Right.
it's not happening.
But with those protests, didn't I see you with a black hoodie on and you had like three boxes of Jordans? Wasn't that you I saw running out of the Foot Locker? Was that you with the Jordan? No? Okay. I could have sworn. I was like, hey, there's Quincy
First of
right
all,
there. He's got
first
the
of all,
Jordan and
first
the
of all, if
throwback
you
jersey.
if you ever see me with a pair of Jordans, I am under duress. I've never liked Air Jordans. I never liked Nike because I'm a cheap son of a bitch. I can't justify spending that much on a pair of shoes. Just
Right.
well, dude,
Right.
hold
Well,
on,
that's why when you're angry and protesting, Quincy, you
bro.
take them. You just
I
grab the
literally just
Jordan.
bought these dad slippers from Walmart for $10, and even then, I spent about a good 5 minutes like, man, do you really? But then I was like, dude, it's $10. Shut up. Shut up.
Right.
Shut up. Shut
Right.
up. Get them. Yeah, Jordan's not happening. Okay, all the whole rioting stuff, that's another thing I don't get. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're looting places that have nothing to do with why you're pissed off.
Right.
No. And the same goes for, all these videos I'm seeing of people going into trucks and trailers. Don't try that with me. Okay, I will run you the hell over. And that is not a threat. Let me be very clear. It's not a threat. It's an announcement. If my life is in danger, if I don't feel safe, if you're throwing stuff at the truck or trying to get into the trailer, that's a threat to me and my safety. I'm going to put my truck in gear, floor it, get to a safe place, and not give a damn who or what I run over in that process. I don't want to hurt anybody. I
Right.
really don't. At the same time, I'm not going to sit in traffic and just wait to get my ass whooped.
Right.
No,
Is
no.
that is that the general feeling among most truckers? Are most
Oh, hell yeah.
drivers
Hell
like,
yeah.
not happening to me? Because they
Hell
always
yeah.
show it
And
on TV. They got the one trucker who slows down and is
yep.
like all shook. Like what? I can't imagine that you trucker guys and the few women involved would be thinking. All those drivers would be thinking to like let those people have their way. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, like I saw that video of the guy in Minneapolis. How he even got that far is beyond me. But
Mhm.
yeah, like they throw a bicycle at him at his windshield. Yeah, I'm gone. I'm flooring it.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, I don't give a damn if I
Yeah.
run you over or not.
Yeah.
There was
Lean on the
somebody.
horn and just
Yeah,
pour
yeah,
just get
yeah,
out of
yeah.
my way. Yeah.
There was somebody in St. Louis who got dragged underneath a FedEx truck because he had two trailers. And as somebody who's driven two trailers, you cannot see down the side of those trailers because that's like
Right.
90 feet. You
Right.
can't see what's
Yeah,
popping back
no, no
back
way.
there, and it's dark. And since it's on a separate axle, you can't feel what that second trailer runs over. You don't
Mm-mm.
feel nothing at
Mm-mm.
all. So that dude, he didn't know. He didn't know at all. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's just like people seem to be okay with this stuff because it's not their stuff getting jacked up. I
Right.
think their opinion would change if it was a brick going through their car window, or if it was their house being set on fire, or
Right.
their business being looted. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, get out of here. It's like, I don't have a gun in the truck, but I do have a way to protect myself, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Yep.
Um, but it's just like, yo, man, leave us be. It's like if somebody is blocking the road and just blocking the road, okay, I don't like that, but then again, I don't have to like it.
Right.
You're doing your civil disobedience. All right, cool, cool, cool. You take that to the next level and like try to harm me or the truck or the trailer, all bets are off. I'm disengaging the brakes. I'm gonna floor it.
Yeah.
Get out the way if you don't want to get ran over. All
Right.
right, really
Yeah.
simple as that. And even from a dead stop, I mean, even from a cold start, I still have enough juice to push a car or an SUV out of my way.
Right.
Don't try us. Please
Right.
don't try us. Okay? Please don't.
Yeah.
Oh, and another thing, this whole trucker strike, I don't see that happening.
Okay. Yeah. I
Uh,
was going to ask you about that. Yeah.
yeah, first of all, the date is supposed to be November 29th. That's a Sunday. Freight doesn't move on Sunday, or should I say, it barely moves on
Right.
Sunday.
Right.
Most truckers are parked on a Sunday. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? So that's the first big oof. Second of all, this isn't the 70s or the 80s. There isn't a unity like it was back then. Yeah, you might have 50 or even 100 drivers spread out. I'm going on strike. Okay, cool. But widespread, like 1,000 truckers? Nah, I don't see it.
Okay.
I just don't see it. Especially if you are a company driver like myself. They're gonna say, man, get your ass on the road or find your ass a new job. You
Right.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you own your own truck, you got a little bit more flexibility. Like I can see way more owner operators going on strike than say the company drivers. But me as a company driver, uh, Quincy Johnson doesn't strike. I got things to do. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I've
Right.
got things to do. I've got money to make. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's now there are some things that I can see myself striking on. This ain't it. This
Okay.
ain't it. You know,
Okay.
if it was something like, you know, all trucks can't go over 50 miles an hour now nationwide, or there's like a $5 tax on diesel fuel, yeah, I would definitely go on strike for that because now you just taking money in my pocket. But striking just because Biden won, nah, I'm good.
No,
I'm good.
yeah, I didn't see. I was going to ask you about that. I didn't see a lot of credibility. Let's use the last 5 minutes or so. How's the money making world in trucking? What's the status of trucking? What am I telling or you telling? Because I had a former student with our other interview. He came on and said, "Oh, I remember that guy, Daniel, who sat over here. What's going on with the trucking biz?"
That's the situation. This is the money. Make it rain. That's the money right there.
Really?
Okay? Man, listen. Once again, you sons of bitches are buying up all the damn toilet paper, you know what I'm saying? Cleaning out the Walmarts. So now we got to work double hard to go over to the warehouses and
Right.
get more toilet paper, more toilet tissue, more water, and everything. Again, y'all want to go ahead and empty out the shelves? That's just creating work for us. I got no
Right.
problem with that. As a matter of fact, this load I'm waiting on now, I will be finally essential because all the stuff I'm carrying is food. So
Right.
the hours of service would not apply to me.
Right.
I don't even have to carry a logbook. Let's just say it's going to be a good
Ooh.
time for our parties involved. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh Lord, I Lordy, Lordy. Yeah.
Wow. Well, let me
Hmm.
tell you, the Douglas C. Marola Foundation is always accepting donations. Now that you're going to be in the money, I can hold some of that for you. I'll make it work. That new cash flow you seem to be looking at. That's amazing, though. So the trucker industry is on fire. It sounds like a way to get paid.
Bruh, listen, listen. I will say this until my head falls off. This is a recession proof industry. This is a pandemic proof industry. It doesn't matter what the economy is doing or not doing, freight always moves
Right.
no matter what. Somebody is going to need somebody else to bring something from point A to point B. The quickest, safest, and most cost efficient way to do that is in the back of a trailer.
Yep.
No, not trains. No,
Mhm.
not drones. I wish people would stop saying that. You
Right.
sound dumb as hell telling me that my job is going to be replaced by either a self driving truck or a
No.
train. Get
No.
out of here. No.
No. Uh-uh. Not in our lifetime. Not
Thank
for a long
you.
time.
By the time they actually perfect this whole self driving truck, I would be close to I would be close to retirement
Right.
myself. So I ain't really tripping. Because a lot of people gotta realize once this technology gets mainstream and it's ready for all 50 states, it's gonna be so damn expensive coming out. Only your mega carriers are gonna be able to afford it. And
Right.
even then, they're not gonna shoot their whole wad
No.
on this new technology.
No. Too risky.
Maybe 5% or
Right.
something like that. Okay. And again, there's always going to be a human in the truck because there's certain things that a computer just can't do.
Right.
And for whatever it costs to rig up a computer so that it could do it, it would be cheaper to keep that human in the
Yeah.
truck.
Right.
You
And,
know?
and and that's the thing. Like there, people don't understand. Like, because all it needs internet access, it needs a power source, all this kind of stuff. Like, I'll go to
Thank
upstate New
you.
York.
Oh,
I go to upstate New York, and we don't have internet
service.
access strong. The service is terrible. Like, come on. Like, the world doesn't
Or
like.
here's one. How about you driving through a tunnel? You
Right.
lose the internet service.
Right.
Okay, because I tell you right now, I have SiriusXM, and I've had SiriusXM work in 3-degree weather with 2 feet of snow on the ground, and it's overcast like a mother lover.
Right.
But I've also seen it not work when it's 90 degrees hot outside, but I'm in a tunnel for 3 miles. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
just like, yeah, it is a pipe dream. Like there's always gonna be a human in the truck.
Yeah.
And trains, like,
Well, you have the
unless
truck.
you're gonna
The train is at the warehouse. They unload the train gear freight onto trucks to go to the local spot. So I mean,
thank you. I'm like, unless you're gonna lay track to every damn Walmart and
right.
Arby's in America, you still gotta get it from the rail yard to the destination. That's where trucks come in.
There we
I keep,
go.
just again, anybody watching this, looking for a career change, or you don't know what to do, find me on Twitter. Okay, I will help you to become a truck driver. Shout out to my homie Larry. He actually finished his training this week, as a matter of fact.
Nice.
He is hungry to get out of training and get in his own truck. I mean, he sounds as hungry as I was when I first started, which is a
Yes.
damn good thing. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Like, the money is here. Trucking isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
Okay. That's great. Well, I'll pass along the message. Tell people where are you on Twitter, and then we'll call it.
Boom. There it is, man. All right. In closing, okay, folks, the election is over. Biden won. You can go back to loving your friends and family now. You can stop calling your uncle an asshole because he loves Trump. Okay. You can have your nieces and nephews over for Thanksgiving. Relax.
Right.
Relax. How in the hell are you gonna let politics make you disown your own family? You look stupid. Knock it off.
Right.
They were your relatives before the election. They're your relatives now. Love them. Encourage them, man. The hell
Yep.
are y'all doing?
Yeah. There we go. What's your handle on Twitter? In case people.
BBW Tickler. That's me. That's me right there. Yeah, you know what? I like BBWs and I like to tickle thighs. Sue me. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? It is what it is.
all right. Well, we'll end it there on a high note, and always stay classy there, Quincy. We'll have to connect again. And I'm still leading the parade with most QJ interviews, so all those other podcasts they're in a distant second. So how you like me
Hey,
now?
friends against government, suck
Right.
it. Nah, I'm kidding. You guys are good.
All right. We'll chat.
Peace.
You got it.